Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I'm coming straight out of bed with it. I just woke up, so if my voice sounds a bit weird, it's because I just woke up. Now, listen, man. It's Josh Taylor Appreciation Week here on True School Sports. You know, as some of you may know, I feel like ESPN, I feel like Top Rank, I feel like the boxing world in general hasn't given Josh Taylor his proper due as a fighter. And that's what we're doing here on True School Sports. We're giving Josh Taylor his proper due as a fighter and trying to raise awareness for his upcoming fight this Saturday night against Jack Catterall. Josh Taylor looking to become the second fighter of all active fighters in boxing to make a defense as undisputed champion, joining the great Alexander Usyk. No other fighter in boxing has made a defense in boxing as undisputed champion except for Alexander Usyk. He's also attempted to become the first fighter since Costa Tszyu to make a title defense as undisputed champion at 140. So, a lot of historical significance with this Jack Catterall fight. But listen, man, I wanted to come out and say this because I feel like this really needs to be said. And I'm going to look right into the camera and say it, okay? Boxing fans got to stop acting like Josh Taylor isn't a threat to Terence Crawford. Let's keep it a buck. Boxing fans have to stop acting like Josh Taylor is not a threat to Terence Crawford, because the reality is this. I love Terence Crawford, right? Terence Crawford is one of my favorite fighters in the world. I'm a huge Terence Crawford fan. I've been accused of being a Terence Crawford fanboy by everybody and their mother, it seems like. But listen, I'm not delusional. I know who would give Terence problems. I know who wouldn't give Terence problems, all right? And let me tell you guys this. Josh Taylor can definitely give Terence Crawford problems. And the fact that, I go on all these boxing platforms and comment sections, and whenever Taylor and Crawford is discussed, it's almost discussed as if Josh Taylor is this C-level fighter and Terence Crawford is an A-plus fighter. Now, Terence Crawford is an A-plus fighter. I'm not saying he's not. Don't ever get that twisted or misconstrued. But to see here and tell me that Josh Taylor isn't on the level with Terence Crawford is nothing short of irresponsible. I mean, this isn't Errol Spence we're talking about here. This is Josh Taylor, right? This is somebody that's already went undisputed. This is already somebody that's cleared the division. This is somebody that unlike that other guy from Texas, he will actually go there and he'll fight the best people. He's not gonna make an excuse. He's not gonna be a diva. All right. So it's not. This ain't Errol Spence. All right. This sure is not Errol Spence. All right. Josh Taylor's bringing a lot to the table, meaning that he's 5'10", southpaw, can punch with both hands, and he may not have the no, fuck that. He does have the skills to beat Crawford, but he may not have the skills or have displayed the skills in the way that most boxing fans like, or the way that most boxing hardcores, or as I call them, boxing snobs, may like, with the crazy slick movement and sometimes boxing fans like to see that their champions fit a certain description as far as their skills and their style. And I don't think Josh Taylor fits the bill for a lot of people in that regard. But one thing he does have that I feel like a lot of fighters around 140 and 147 lack, and this is why Josh Taylor's going to beat a lot of fighters, even some of the guys that are more talented than him. The one thing Josh Taylor has is that he is one, and I'm going to say it like as blunt as I can say it. The one thing Josh Taylor has is that he is one mean, spiteful, nasty motherfucker in that ring. Josh Taylor is willing to go to those deep, dark, uncomfortable places some of your favorite fighters aren't willing to go to. And for that reason alone, that makes him very dangerous for Terence Crawford. Because Terence Crawford, when he hurts his opponent or when he goes to that next level, I can't really think of an opponent in terms of how spiteful they are in that ring that could really ever match him. And let's not act like, let's not like with Terence Crawford. He goes in there and he has great boxing skills and he sharp shoots and he's mean and he's spiteful, but he loves to fight and he loves to exchange. And I think because he loves to fight and because he loves to exchange, this makes him very vulnerable to someone who can sharp shoot and counter punch, just like he likes to sharp shoot and counter punch. He has only fought, in my opinion, too much of that style in his career. Josh Taylor fits the description of what that style is. So because of that, he's a very dangerous opponent for Terence Crawford. And I still have hope that if the Spence fight can't happen, which I don't think it will for many reasons, some I'll get into, some I won't, but Josh Taylor, I have faith it'll happen after the whole Arum thing blows over, because I still think Arum will work with Crawford if it comes to a Taylor fight, because I feel like I believe that's a big event in America, because you can have 3,000-4,000, however many thousand Scottish people come, plus the whole Omaha, Nebraska, plus any other boxing fans that makes you want to see that fight, because it's a great fight. So my thing is this. Josh Taylor is on Terence Crawford's level. Josh Taylor is top 5, potentially top 3 pound for pound in the sport. His resume, if you want, for those of you who want to talk about resumes and get the pieces of paper out, go get the piece of paper for Josh Taylor out, because I think his last 6 or 7 opponents are like combined like 162-1. So I'm just saying, man, Josh Taylor is a dangerous fighter for not just Terence Crawford, but any fighter in the 147 division. He's got to get past Catterall. We know that. We're not overlooking Catterall. But, yeah, I just wanted to get that message out there. People want to act like Terence Crawford hasn't been hurt by Kavaluskas. They want to act like he hasn't been hurt by Gamboa. They want to act like he hasn't been hurt by a whole host of fighters. You know, now credit to him. He's always had that extra bit of dog in him. But in my humble opinion, you know, all respect to the guys he fought in the ring, but none of them had that dog, that next level meanness, that spitefulness that you need to beat Terence Crawford. I'm gonna tell you this: to beat Terence Crawford, it's not, you know, you could have all the skills in the world. You could look slick, and you could have a nice jab, and you could feign and do all the right things you want in the world with your skills. But if you don't got that dog, if you don't got that evil, mean streak, spiteful side to you, you're not beating him. You're not. All right, and I just don't see too many fighters around 140 or 147 that have that. You know, I don't think Spence has it. I don't think a lot of fighters have it. I think a lot of fighters are lacking it. But one of the only fighters that I've seen it on a consistent basis, in the ring and out the ring, that has that mean, spiteful side to him is Josh Taylor. And if you're sitting here underestimating him, saying that Crawford would just blow him out and Crawford would do this, you know, I have to really question, like, you know, how much boxing you really watch, you know? So that is what it is. But yeah, Josh Taylor, Appreciation Week continues here on True School Sports. Stop acting like he ain't on Terence Crawford's level, and that he ain't a threat to Terence Crawford, because he is a threat to Terence Crawford. And I hope that fight happens, because you know, they're both great fighters. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of both. I really wouldn't have a dog in the race either way. But I'd love to see it. So yeah. Stop underestimating Josh Taylor. That's all I want to say. You guys take care. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.